Yes, behind the men who run the trains are many men who help to keep them running. No man works alone, for each man's work depends on others' work. Others like the shopmen. The modern conception of maintenance is to locate trouble before it happens and then keep it from happening. Shopmen call it progressive maintenance. Every locomotive, steam or diesel, passenger or freight, is checked and serviced after every run. A laboratory man can take a tiny thimbleful of lubricating oil from a diesel and turn that oil into a truth serum, which reveals the personal secrets of the locomotive. Trouble foreseen is trouble stopped before it happens. What might have developed into a major overhaul becomes a routine minor repair to a delicate engine or a set of rugged wheels. Wheels wear out of true from the steady grind of steady use. Shopmen can true up the wheels without even taking them off the engine. It takes quite a machine to handle the job and quite a man to handle the machine. Give men with know-how the tools and machines, and there is no limit to the precision work they can turn out, from maintaining engines to rebuilding the cars those engines pull. To the men in the shops, like those at Houston, Texas, rebuilding cars is an everyday story. One by one, old wooden cars are dismantled, marched through the shop assembly line, and transformed into all-steel cars better than before. Yes, it's the shopmen who keep them rolling. We couldn't provide good service to our passengers and shippers if it weren't for these men that passengers and shippers never see. To a passenger, the railroad is a ticket home or a ticket to adventure, to new scenes passing by the window or to places well remembered. The charm and romance of the South. The majestic sweep of the great Southwest. The color and beauty on the shores of the Pacific. It is beauty in unexpected places, beauty that changes with the seasons. Spring is the gentle season, as fragile as the blossom on the branch. Spring brings the poppy to the coastland, the yucca to the hills. Along Louisiana bayous, soft colors light the water hyacinth. The year turns and the summer sun lies hot upon the land. before the wind until it becomes deep enough to bury poles along our lines. Snow that can block our switches, tear down our wires, and challenge the progress of our trains. In the Sierra, the Cascades, the Siskiyous, hundreds of miles of mountain railroad must be kept open. The trains must go through. When a new storm blows into the Sierra, you can be sure of just one thing. A battle is about to begin. A battle fought by man's mind as well as muscle, by a powerful and complex organization that has gained skill and knowledge through the years. As the storm bears down upon us, the power of the railroad is mobilized to meet it. Extra crews are called to duty. Track crews, train and engine crews, crews for the snow fighting equipment, railroad men who are mountain men, men who have fought snow all their working lives. These men and their equipment are dispatched to strategic locations. At their battle stations, they watch and wait, knowing the call will come, and that when it does, all our efforts will be bent in one direction, to keep the trains moving.
Calling Rotary 7205. Snow is piling up at milepost 193.
Men and machine move in against the storm. The line must be kept open. Gold Run to Dutch Flat, Blue Canyon to Emigrant Gap, Cisco to Norden to Donner Summit and down the other side. The line must be kept open. Dispatchers work to keep the flow of traffic moving through the mounting fury of the storm. Trains west, trains east, rotaries in both directions. Always on the railroad when the chips are down, the man with the shovel gets to work. Switches must be kept clear. They must be kept from freezing. The trains must keep moving. Somewhere on the mountain, a wire is down. A slender wire that holds the battle line together. We fall back on our radio, but we need that wire. When the break is located by radar, a man goes out to mend it. Now fixing it becomes a personal matter between one man and the storm. The fight goes on. If the storm won't quit, then neither will we. When the blind white fury smothers our attack, there's only one way to beat it: outlast it. Sometimes when the going gets tough enough, we may have to yield a little, to surrender one track to the storm and concentrate all our work and all our equipment to keep the other track open. So we do. We put our backs into it, we keep on punching. And the trains keep rolling through. At last the clouds begin to break. The wind dies, the storm has spent its anger. The snow once more is a white and silent sea, gleaming in the sun. The battle is over, but not the work. Our buried wires must be dug free to safeguard communications if another onslaught comes. On the open lines of track, fast-moving flangers clear the snow from between the rails. But on the second track, where the storm closed us in and we made a temporary surrender, the big rotaries still have a job to do. The path carved open by the rotaries is then widened by the spreaders. We can push a little when we set our minds to it. Move over, snow. We've got a railroad here, and the men who know how to run it. This is my railroad, and I'm proud of it. You can tell what railroaders are made of when the going gets really tough. Yes, there's something about a railroad and something about the railroaders who keep it running. Through sun and storm, in summer and in winter, in order to carry the people and the products of a nation. For a railroad is more than roadbed and rolling stock, more than yards and shops and offices. A railroad is railroad people, men and women working together, each one doing one job proudly, whatever that job may be. Men and women working together and sharing a common pride, knowing how to run their railroad. A heritage from the past, a service to the present, a dream for the future still to come.